I'm Xueli. I'm an international model with albinism. I'm doing this podcast to raise awareness for people with albinism. In those podcasts, I'm talking to young people with albinism to find out more about their daily lives and the differences between countries. The first conversation is with Blair from the USA. Hi, Blair. It's nice to meet you.
Hi, my name is Blair Butts, and I live in the U.S., Camdenton, Missouri.
What do you want to do when you are older?
I want to become a nurse or a teacher.
Do you like to reading books or to listening to books?
I enjoy listening to books, but I don't like reading books. I can't pick up a book and then finish it the same day.
Okay, I think nobody can do that. Or maybe there are people. Can you give a little bit of a little insight in your daily life?
So I go to school at high school, and I just got out for summer break, and so I'm working one job right now with my mother. We work at summer day camp for kids.
That's an awesome job you do. How good is your eyesight?
My eyesight is okay. It's 2400 and 2260. So
Can you please explain what that means?
so it kind of means that like 20 out of 20 means 100%. Like I know in the Netherlands that it's like 100% or other percentages. Ours is 20 out of 20, which means you can see everything. You're great. And mine is 240 out of 20. So that kind of gives you a little bit more how bad my vision is. And I don't know what my percentage would be, but it's kind of like a system where it just shows you how bad your vision is. So like how high your vision is, like how high mine is, it means it's worse and I can't see as far. But if yours is lower than 20, I think it's like something is messed up back here in your eye. I forgot what it's called, but it's like something that decreases it, but in a different type of way. So
Just to make this a short story, your eyes are bad, my eyes are bad, and that has to do with
yeah,
some yellow spots behind your eyes.
yeah.
Okay. How does your albinism affect your daily life?
It affects that I have to put on sunscreen a lot more than everyone else. That's for sure. So if anybody's like, "What is that smell coming from? It smells like sunscreen," I'm like, "It's me. It's always me." There's my sunscreen, and most times I have to like my hair is like whiter today, but most times it gets yellow because of the water or just treatments a lot of the time. So I just had it like re-shampooed from my hairstylist, so it's whiter today, but you can see in some of my other photos that it's really yellow.
So you have to be careful with the sun, you are saying.
Yes, I am gotta be really careful.
Mm. Is it hard, like with the summer camp, to help people and then also think about yourself? Like I have to put on sunscreen, wear a hat or glasses.
It's kinda so like when the campers are putting on sunscreen, most times the other teacher that is with me or the other counselors that with me will put on sunscreen to the other kids, and then I'll put on mine when they're doing it. And I always have sunglasses on me.
Can you describe
So
your sunglasses, please?
they're blue, my favorite color. And they have this, you can see they're reflecting off my ceiling light. They reflect a lot, so you can see where I wore my glasses. There's like a big line. So it really reflects the sun off of my eyes really well, and they're tinted. So
Do you use special equipment, for example, in your school?
Actually, that is really funny. So, yes, I do. I use a Chromebook. It's huge. It's a lot bigger than the normal one. Like, I have one of the teacher Chromebooks, which is a lot bigger, and I can change the accessibilities on it. But most times, this is what I would use if I needed something to be changed or paperwork on my schoolwork. So
So mostly you work digital, so you can make the letters bigger.
yes,
Sometimes you have to work on paper, but then you just write it bigger, right?
yes.
Okay.
Or I'll just use my magnifier, which makes a lot of things bigger.
Do you also have like glasses or for example, when you're outside, do you use a cane?
Yes, I do use my cane. Very, not too much, but every once in a while I will use it. Like when I cross streets at my intersections and stuff, but I will most times not use it because I don't need it, and I've been here since a very young age, so I've been used to my community.
So the next question, do you feel like you are very different?
Some days, yes, I feel like, oh my goodness, I'm so different. But most of the time, I feel my my community has really welcomed me into their community from day one, and I just feel a part of that community. Like, there's nobody I've come across with albinism that lives in Camden where I live, but it's really unique because everyone's just like, oh my goodness, you have white skin, white hair, it's so gorgeous, and I'm like, yeah, I'm one in like so many, so it's like funny.
Do you mind to be a little bit different?
No, I actually enjoy being different because then I get to share my story across platforms like we're doing right now,
Mhm.
and I get to inform people every day about how um how to help our situation and not make it worse, like how to help me with my vision at school and not just tell me something that I won't get or understand because of my vision.
So your job is like to raise awareness.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do, starting from Camden. So
Do you feel like you must talk to our listeners about albinism, or do you want to talk to our listeners about albinism?
I think uh I think it's not like a must, like I had to do it. I think that it was a great opportunity that I get, and I just really I when you texted me that, hey, do you want to be on a podcast with me, I was just so excited to spread more awareness, and it was just like, whoa.
Yeah, thank you. I'm very happy that you want to do this because in some countries, people getting chased by some madman just to get their bones and mutilate them, even kill them.
Yeah,
So we are now in the Netherlands and the USA. So those things do not happen over here, I hope. And I see like we are in safe countries. I'm lucky I was only abandoned.
yeah,
And
I'm so
yeah,
lucky every day. I'm like, well, I could have been adopted and had a whole different story, or had not even be alive today, sadly. But luckily, I'm with my wonderful family, and they brought me safety.
when you were young or little baby, uh, you have been adopted from China, right?
Yes,
So can you tell us a bit about that? How did it go?
I'm a few years behind my other friends and colleagues because in China, I never got that experience to learn how to count, learn how to read, learn how to really. I knew how to talk by the age of 3, but I never got learn how numbers or writing or reading. I never got any of those math. I never got any of those when I was younger, and most times you start building on those when you're younger, and so I was a few years behind everyone else, but now I'm caught up.
So you have to work harder, but you get more result by working harder. So you have like straight A's.
Yes. So
Wow, that's
when I was
amazing.
younger, I was behind in my class. Like I would be there. They would be on a 6th grade level, and I would be on like a 4th grade level. But I was always 2 years behind my class. But I closed the gap, and now I'm ahead in my class, and I'm one of the top students.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Do you feel that you are more American or Chinese?
I feel like I'm more American, definitely, because nobody else in my community is really Chinese. Like we still have a few, but it's very small.
Do you see yourself as a Chinese person or more American?
I'd say American because I do a lot more American activities, and I don't do much of my Chinese stuff anymore. So
So you are not learning Chinese.
I am learning Chinese, but I just don't do much of with my culture, with my old culture. I don't do much Chinese things and stuff. Like this last year, we didn't celebrate Chinese New Year and stuff like that. So
Do you feel that you sometimes are Chinese?
yes, yes. Like sometimes I will just think that I am. Like I'll look in the mirror, I'll be like, I'm still Chinese, and I feel like it's good to remember yourself, remember who you were and who you are today.
I think that your adoption has made you stronger, has made you more like a fighter, and has made you older in your way of thinking. Is that correct?
Yes, it's actually really correct because all the time I always got told, "Oh my God, you're so much mature," or you're an old soul, and it getting all those hate comments and getting my adoption and everything. I felt like there's something to fight for, so I'm always fighting for what I believe in, and so I feel like with all those years that I've thought of that, I've become stronger and human than most of my colleagues.
I think that's a pretty thoughtful thing to do, that you adopt a kid and give the kid a new chance in life.
I just feel like it's so heartbreaking to know that is happening around the world, and it's happening every single day. It's happening more. It's like happening more today than it's just crazy. Like I don't understand what the joy is of ripping somebody's family apart and murdering them, and you know their love relationship. Like if you would actually think about it, you wouldn't want that to happen to few special people in your life, and it's just not nice and not great. So
I think it's more than not nice. I think you rip someone of their human rights. All people have human
yeah.
rights, and if you do not accept that everyone does have human rights, then there's something wrong in your way of thinking.
Yes, I 100% agree. It's annoying how how under people expect us and stuff, and it's different.
Fortunately, those things happen. And what do you think is the solution? Because we have to think positive and stay positive, because we cannot let this happen. So what do you think we can do as persons with albinism, with a whole community? What can we do against this madness?
Truly, I don't know. I don't know the answer, but to be honest with you, I think that we just need to spread more awareness about why what's different between us and people with pigment, and why that we shouldn't be hunted because just because of our different skin color or how we act or how our vision is, because that's you wouldn't do that to other people. Just it's so messed up.
Which aspects of albinism is hard to deal with in your daily life?
Yeah, probably my skin. It's hard just to like keep up with not trying to get sunburned, every day, like when you go outside.
That's I hope you are doing well now. I'm very happy that you and actually very honored that you participate in this podcast because you are doing very much for this community, uh, and I think that's a very awesome thing that we have actually in common, that we want to talk to other persons. Does your community accept you for who you are?
Yes, I'm so thankful for my community. They think of ways that they can help, and they help a lot with a lot of my schoolwork and transportation and how I will get around in the future. And like it they just have more accessible things than when they did.
Do you sometimes get left out, for example, in schools?
No, I never really feel left out. My school's very good at keeping all of us together and including everyone and every person, and it's really nice to be. I'm really thankful to be in this school system. I have really good coaches in my PE teachers, and they don't ever like do that so nobody gets left out. They will choose teams and stuff like that themselves. And to be honest with you, I'm pretty good at dodgeball. Just saying.
How can you be good at dodgeball if you basically see nothing?
Well, you kind of just throw it and wing it, but it's like everyone will like not pay attention to you because they're like, oh, the blind one has a ball, so like don't pay attention to her. And like I can still see something, so I'll just like throw it, and like most times they'll get out and they laugh. So I laugh at them. So yeah.
It's very funny. Do people say silly things to you, and how do you respond if people say silly things to you?
Most times they give me like a hard time, like jokingly, but it's kind of just like whatever to me. Most times I'll just like laugh it off, or like I'll be like, ha, yeah. It's like so most times I don't really get offended about it, but other times they will say some really hurtful stuff and bad use of words and call me things, and it's not appropriate. So most times I will tell and explain my situation.
Yeah, ask what those things are because sometimes it's just good to tell the painful truth.
Well, a lot of times I get called like really bad words, or you're such a white B word, or I get called you're just a blind piece of crap and stuff like that. It's just super dumb about how underestimated I get sometimes. It's like I am accomplishing a lot of things that some people wouldn't even try.
Because you are doing some great things. Please tell the listeners about your accomplishments.
Well, I made the A honor roll for school, so I got all A's this school year. And I did cross country this last 2 years. Cross country is a running distance thing. So you run 3 miles and you go compete and run 3 miles. And most last year I did have a guide, but this year I did have a guide, but last year I did not. So it was different to see how many people thought I would come back and try it again. But it was great because I've gotten multiple like little things that are like, oh my god, you're so inspiring to everyone. It feels good when you're doing something that most people wouldn't do, but even with your vision, you would still do it anyways. So it feels really good to get all that.
Yeah, for example, you are joining the honor guard in your school.
Yes, I'm joining the color guard. It's I just joined it and I think I will do okay. We'll see how I do, but I will try my hardest. I practice every day for an hour or two, so
Can you tell to our listeners what the color guard actually is? Because people are not expecting that the thing is, and I was like, when I saw a video of you, I was amazed. It was great.
color guard is a program that so most times you see football and then at halftime they will do a performance with the band with musical instruments and most times there'll be these girls in dresses or some type of theme and they'll go out and do their flag like it's an actual flag and they'll spin it around and throw it up in the air and throw it to each other and switch and do a lot of cool interesting things. So
Hard with your eyesight to do such things?
yes and no, because they make it really easy for me to work with them and I have really good communication skills. I'll tell them something's not going correctly or going wrong. But otherwise I think it's a great experience.
So thank you for your time, and thank you also to our listeners for their time. If you have any questions, please write a comment in the comment section down below. Be kind and please respect us.